Hey y'all, I'm back on my bullshit, aka this like year-old wig, because it's comfortable and it's really nice and it's really accommodating. So that's that. Hey Aquasha. So plans for today, I'm not really sure what I'm going to talk about because I haven't watched anything because we were supposed to meet this weekend. But there's a hurricane this weekend, so... Hey, K-pop oppa. Do you have another name? Hey, Zarya. But I tried a new part, which is improvement. Hey, Tay. Jackson, I took a sneak peek listen, and... Okay, but I think we might be reacting to it. Oh my gosh! On Sammy Sophie Steffi. But yeah, mainly I'm going to just have a raw... Holy shit. That's awesome. My Hello Kitty... It's lit. I hate y'all so much. My Hello Kitty... kitty bank, I guess you would call it, just broke, so that's fine. They are flaming him, and they are being racist, and I won't say I don't care. It's just I don't have the energy to really... I don't, like, what do you want me to do? Like, you're the one who's letting Ben Baller lead you in your journey, so, like, you're the one who put it on World Stars, so, like... Oh, Harper. Okay. Oh gosh, that was such a bad decision on my part. Hopefully I don't step on glass or ceramic or whatever. I'm trying a new setup, obviously, but I didn't really think it all the way through. Literally. I make such bad decisions. Okay. Beyonce, you're gonna have to go over there. To the left, to the left. Hey, other Aria. Hey, Sophie. Aquasha said he keep fucking with Build-A-Bear. I hate everything so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. There we go. Okay, everyone pray that I don't step on ceramic, please. Okay, so I actually shot a video, a proper How You Like Me Now over the Jaehwan situation, and that's what I'm going to be trying to edit while we're doing this, but I didn't let out all my emotions properly. Not properly. I mean, I did properly, so it's not like... And, like, I ranted a bit with Devonna because we did record some blacknetizen podcast segments. But, like, still, like, I still need to vent. I need to have a conversation. I still have so much more to say. Not really. I just need to say it a bit more, I think. Cheryl says moving things and stuff. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, so in case you didn't... Crap. Why? Aquasha says, I was ruling with Wanna Bulls on this one. The Wanna Bees kids are crazy. Oh, Aquasha was arguing with Wannables on this issue, the Jaehwan issue. Okay, so I'm going to try and see if I can play it real quick, just so, cause like I was really trying to understand where people were like, I was trying to understand the defense for this. So I did understand the defense for it. But then I like went back and listened to the clip again, and it was like, okay. Okay. I'm trying. I'm really trying. Okay, so let me just pew, pew, pew. Okay. Okay. Cupcake Bankai. Wow, okay. Hi, Candy Girl. Candy Girl. You are my world. That was a miss. I have not been paying attention to K-pop news lately. What's going on? Hey, Okolo. Okay, so Cupcake Bankai. So Wanna One, the boy group Final 11 from the second season of Produce 101. They're promoting and everything. They were on Show Champion or something, and they were supposed to like introduce themselves. So like one of the members, Jaehwan, was supposed to introduce himself in like a hip hop way. And okay, so here's like the explanation, and I believe it. I believe it because I don't keep up with Korean slang because like I don't speak Korean. I'm not in Korea. Like, so he was supposed to introduce himself. A common way to introduce yourself is Naega Wasọ. And like wasọ is a conjugation of the verb 왔다, which is like come. So Naega is I, and the ga is like the subject particle. So that's like regular I, whereas I forgot the object particles, but ga means it's like the noun that is doing the verb. So 내가 왔어, or 내가 왔다, or 내가 왔음, or 내가 왔ong is like I have come, I have arrived, essentially, is how it's translated. So a common like pun, if you will, is 내가 왔어, because like if you've watched like Megan Bowen, aka 저는 미국 사람입니다. You notice that she says 입니다, because that's a common theme in Korean language to just like add a little consonant sound at the end of a word. So like that's a thing. So like 내가 왔어 is a thing because like 왔어 and like what's up, that kind of sounds like what's up. But somehow it doesn't like register, I guess, in like a Korean speaking mind, that 내가 왔어 isn't what's going to be like. 내가 왔어 should be said carefully within the context of, yo, come on, man, So his statement as a hip-hop feel whatever introduction was, yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Now, at first, I was like all the way on the other side, and I was like, that's the dumbest excuse I've heard in my life. Hey, Lily, like, just own up to your stuff and say you're sorry and like move, like, what's the big deal? I do not understand. But then once I learned like the whole like it's just slang blah 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 thing, I was like, okay. But I'm still not seeing where there isn't underlying anti-blackness in that. in the fact that you would do a whole Amos and Andy little shtick with so much hip hop culture, but then you but then you want to act brand new when like originators of hip hop culture have something to say about it. So that's where I'm at. So I recorded a How You Like Me Now on that, from that perspective. I'm in the process of editing it, of course, and then I'm trying to see if I can get Korean translation done for the video. That way more Korean people can understand where a lot of foreigners are coming from in regards to this particular situation. 'Cause yeah. Okay, so Cupcake Bankai gets it now. So that's where we are with that. But like my whole, like, it's still just but the thing that really like, cause we're I don't even know how to articulate it, but like as fans, we're not like unfamiliar with idols deadass saying nigga, like what's up my nigga. Shout out, who is it? Not Bowie. Shout out Minho from Winner. Shout out, I believe, someone from Monsta X. Who was it? I think Joohyun from Monsta X said nigga, I think in the context of a song. I think someone from 17. Like, it really wasn't that big a deal. The main thing that was really like getting us all like, ooh, was the fact that he said it with his chest on broadcast. Like, yeah, and it was like, isn't this supposed to be a secret? Like, so I don't know. But then like the thing that was weird was like reading translations of like some Korean netizen comments, and like people were like, oh, people are blowing this out of proportion and it's getting more and more blah blah blah, so they need to make a statement. And it was just like, they're spreading rumors and blah blah blah, and it's like, it's actually not that big a deal. The worst thing that's going to happen is niggas don't buy Wanna One's album. And truth be told, most niggas wasn't gonna buy the album no way. We was just gonna stream it on iTunes, so like, or Spotify. So like, it's really not, it wasn't that big a deal. But then we had the hashtag, what's it called? Hashtag stop forcing English to Koreans. I don't know, how did y'all feel about that? Aquasha's fed up, TBH. Love is for one, not a journey of. Aquasha says, you hear about Wannables jumping fences and other... Yeah, they're like scratching up the dudes. Like, I said it in the video. And in the name of Jesus, that video will go up next week. If not tomorrow. It will. Frankie asked, did you see the article where they use nigger with the heart? Yes, with the hard ER. They're like, nigga. They like wrote it as niga in like Hangul, and it was like the Niga is how you would Romanize it, and then in parentheses they were like nigger, and it was like Korean companies, hire your bitch, hire this nigga here, please. Like, do you know how much heartache we could have avoided if you just hired me? And that was like in the statement. They're like, oh, like foreigners heard Mika nigger, but really, it was just a misunderstanding, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't an apology either. It was just like, y'all niggas just don't understand Korean. They didn't say niggas. I mean, I'm just talking as me, as a nigga. Quasha says, they're only a group for 1 year. I don't know why people are losing the shits. Y'all are gonna forget about them. And okay, Aquasha, that's literally my entire theme. Like, I don't care. I like almost intentionally, conscientiously, with my heart, with my chest, do not care about them because they only exist. They intentionally only exist for a limited period of time, and then they have to go back to their separate like careers. So like, I don't want to get invested in them. I don't want to really care about them, just because I don't want to invest in something that's going to like, I don't really care. I haven't seen any of their debut stuff yet because we're reacting, but like that's my mindset towards them, which was really funny because like lots of comments that I was seeing translated were like, oh, your aunties, your haters, you're coming after him, spreading rumors, blah blah blah. And it's like, no one cares about Jaehwan. Do you know how long it took me to remember his name is Jaehwan? You know why it took me so long? I don't really care about him. I'm not trying to ruin anyone. Cheryl says, let me tell you how many Koreans I know don't use Google. Even in the USA. I think Koreans use Naver more than anything else. Abby says, to me, the stop forcing English to Koreans hashtag didn't make sense since he was speaking with English slang and English slang. Abby, sis, girl, that's literally my only point. My point isn't to say Koreans can't say nega wasa or they can't say nega wasup, even though that's still a little but like, because I haven't seen anyone break down the etymology and the history of the popularity of that particular derivative of nega wasa. So like, because that's the level we got to get to disprove the underlying anti-blackness, because the anti-blackness is not just like calling people nigger and like shooting people in like City Square or something. Like, it is pervasive, it's global, it's worldwide, it's unchecked, it's very easy to fall into. So like, Okola says, what a shit show of a week for K-pop. TBH. Lily says, glad they're done in 1 year. Bye. Candy girl. Oh my gosh, thank you. I really like Wanna One, but they're gonna disappear next year. So like, Kanye shrug. Like, okay, Akasha, they already double standarding with Produce 101 girls and boys. They treat the boys way better than the girls. Produce 101 girls didn't even have a fan name, etc., etc. Yeah, like that's like one thing I've noticed. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can play it for y'all. Okay, let's see. Let's hope I don't break anything else. Okay.
Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on.
Let's see that again. Let's see that again.
Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga,
One more
what's
time.
up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on.
Okay. So okay, I'm basically just gonna like spoil the video in like a really, okay, Candy girl. Dude, I'm still mad at Suho for what he said about Kai a couple weeks ago. That whole show was a damn mess. Sis, I am/was, I don't know my status, an MVP. Onyu was/is my ultimate bias, period. So like, K-pop. K-pop. Things we do for K-pop. Like, the amount of stress. Let's see it from all angles and shots like they do on Korean entertainment. I should have done the, like, instant replay. Yo, nigga. Like, do you really have to rush the nigga? Like, can't... Okay, so my whole thing. I should have taken down the name. Someone on Twitter, like, got that clip and, like, slowed it down. But I didn't get their name. But yeah. So my whole thing is, I'm not saying, I don't know, here's where I am personally. Because it seems like, and this is the annoying thing to watch, Koreans have their points. They have at least one valid point. International, particularly black fans, have their points. Like 0.45 of a sub-point of one of the points is inaccurate. But, like, there's no way for, like, either side to, like, understand those discrepancies or that little whatever. Because, like, we don't even, like... Evidently, we don't understand that that wasn't a strictly Korean statement. Like, if you've, like, studied communication at all, I'm really, really awkward and I've always been super duper shy. So I've always been, like, reading about communication and how to be a better communicator and blah, 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 blah. So I don't actually remember where I'm getting these statistics from. They might be completely made up, but they make sense. They make sense. So one of the statistics that's always stuck with me is that 60% of communication is nonverbal. So I'm just curious. I thought that whole 60% in that particular example, that piece of communication, to me that whole 60% was an imitation or an approximation of a caricature, at the very least, of Black American popular culture, or the image of Black American popular culture. So already 60% of the statement of the communication isn't Korean. So that's the foundation for my point of view. Aguasha says she's surprised it was Jaehwan who said it though. She was rooting for him. We were all rooting for him. It screamed ignorance, TBH. Like I said, I don't know any of these people. Like, I really don't know. But, so like already, it's not a strictly Korean statement. If he just said "Nega what's up" in a purely Korean cadence, intonation, purely Korean inflections, purely Korean mannerisms, I would have seen the clip and I would have been like, oh, he's probably just saying "nega something something," "nega wasta," some sort of "nega wasa," because that would have been a purely Korean statement. But once you introduce all of these little themes from all of these different cultures, sis, it's no longer strictly a Korean context, even as you are a Korean person speaking Korean to other Koreans on a Korean television show. That's my opinion. That's my point of view. I don't think the kid was being malicious. I genuinely believe he wasn't really being malicious. I genuinely believe he wasn't thinking, oh, I'm gonna say something that's a pun for "nigga, what's up?" Unless he's the hip-hop kid. If he is the hip-hop kid, then he definitely was. Like, you can't tell me. You cannot tell me a real hip-hop kid would say that and not be thinking, "nigga, what's up?" Aquasha, K-pop idols should know not to do stuff like this. I know they see Jackson and them steady getting dragged for this. I highly doubt they see that. They probably just think we're overreacting. Like Jackson said, ridiculous. They probably think we're being ridiculous. They just don't have the... I guess room to say it, or they just don't even care. Like, I genuinely feel like most idols, most Korean people at large don't necessarily care, because like, what does it actually have to do with their daily life? Nothing. So Candy Girl says it's 2017 and idols are still doing blackface. It's gonna take a while for these fools to learn. I mean, Arya says, in this day and age, it's just too easy to look things like this up and not fuck up. But you have to know to look things up. Because I will be honest, I got like genuinely irritated by that hashtag. Because like people were trying to not spin it. From their perspective, it was really like an example of cultural imperialism and trying to force English or American standards on Korean and not respecting the Korean language and blah, 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 blah. And that would have been cute and everything if that wasn't like an 80% Black American statement. Because like every person that I interacted with, because some Korean people in the tag did speak English, and like every person I like replied to, I was like, yeah, he could have said that and there would have been no issue, because we literally hear that all the time to the point where we don't even notice it because it's just Korean language. Like, we're not saying we're Korean language experts. We're saying we're nigga experts. So when nigga shit pops off, niggas know. So, but still, it was just like, oh, he didn't say the N-word, so, and it was just like, hey, Anisha. Okay, so we're talking smack about Jaehwan because of his fake Naega gate, let's call it that. Not Cupcake Bankei. Not even saying this to be rude, but I didn't even know he was in the group till I came on this live. Just to give y'all perspective for like how hard we're hating, how hard we're trying to bring Jaehwan down. Like, it took me 5 times to actually remember his name for the video. Candy Girl. I hate that argument. African Americans can barely survive in this country. What makes people think that we're capable of forcing our culture onto other countries? That's my entire thing. Literally, because people kept saying, and this was the international fans as well, not just the Korean netizens, but like international netizens in English. Like, why do people think the whole world revolves around English? And it's like, sis, cause it do. It do. No one was saying, oh, that sounds like XYZ in like, what, Polish. Oh, that sounds like XYZ in Zulu. Oh, that sounds like this in Swahili. No one was saying that. We were saying, that sounds like this in this specific dialect of the English language that comes from the specific culture that you're pulling 98% of the shtick from. We didn't force ourselves on you. You forced us on you. And now you have beef because we're actually asserting ourselves and our autonomy and our authority over our own culture. Huh? What? Aquasha says, TBH, Candy Girl, preach. Like, we got Nazis and white people being bold in our country. And like, I haven't said it, but like, TBH, every time someone is like, oh, you want Koreans to change Korean just for your feelings, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, within the context of my culture, yes. hey, Miss Multifandom, bye, Miss Multifandom. We'll probably be here. We're usually here for like hours and hours. But like literally, honestly, genuinely, just keeping it 100. I don't care. I don't like Black people right now in the US of A are at the point where we're tearing down Confederate statues in the midst of a KKK revival. What makes you think that I value Korean slang over the validity and integrity of my language? I'm confused. I'm like, you really think niggas care that much about you being able to use Korean slang in any and every scenario, context, situation over their own actual culture? Because what's up is actual culture. Come on is actual culture. The thing that really got me heated was someone saying that come on was Korean slang. I'm like, sis. Like, that alone communicated to me how shallow we are with our discourse as far as culture diffusion and like actually crediting, like actually understanding and appreciating where things are coming from. That's why I'm still what's up is still up in the air to me, because I haven't seen anyone actually attempt to try and show that nigga what's up with all of this gesturing and stuff didn't come from Korean hip-hop niggas trying to be niggas without being niggas. Like, you haven't shown that, because that's actually very normal. That's very regular. That's a very regular microaggression that Black people experience in their day-to-day life interactions with non-Black people. And you probably wouldn't be aware of that if you are not Black. And moreover, if it's just like a regular theme in Korean speech, that's whatever. But if it would never register in a Korean person's mind not to make sure that nigga wasa doesn't sound like nigga what's up when they are participating in / appropriating from Black American culture, all the Korean hip-hop niggas have so much work to do. Because if you're going to take this culture and use it to make a livelihood for yourself, to make an identity, to make multiple fake identities for yourselves, you need to be teaching this as well. If you're going to teach people that they shouldn't say nigga, you should also tell them that they should not be saying nigga, 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 whatever else. Anaya, hey, what are we talking about? Right now we're talking about Jaehwan's Naega Gate. Let me see if I still have it up. Okay. Just to, this, okay. Oh, I'm stupid.
Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. 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 Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on.
That is why stuff is snapping. Okay, Aquasha says, people get hella upset when Black people got stuff to say. They say that all we do is talk about slavery, which is hundreds of years old. But TBH, we are still in slavery now. We barely have free speech. There ain't freedom of speech. We barely can get jobs and have to conform to white culture to be accepted, which is the facts, Jack. Like, literally, we still have... I mean, just for perspective, however you feel about current U.S. politics, whatever, literally, it took 100 years for the 13th, 14th, 15th amendments to actually be enacted IRL. Like, Martin Luther King and them were fighting for laws passed in the 1860s, 1870s to actually be enacted and executed where it actually mattered. Meditate on that for a minute. Think of... Okay. But, like, even outside of that, the thing that pisses me off, it's not even that he said that, it's the fact that Koreans are so steadfast that it's non-Korean people trying to tell Korean people what Korean language is or should be or means and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, literally, hey, Miss Multi-Fandom, we're still here. You're really going to see someone doing all of this, yo, nigga, what's up? Come on, yeah, and say that's which dialect of Korean sounds like a nigga from the Bronx is what I want to know. That's all I want to know, because that's what you're gonna have to show me to say that's a Korean communication. Abby says she wonders how Koreans can become better informed about Black oppression in the world because it seems that after each incident, nothing really changes. Anaya, after watching the video, says, oh, hell no, he got life all fucked up. Like, back the fuck up. Back. Give me 50 feet. She didn't say that. I'm just corny. Okay. Yeah, they said not to make everything about race when all of everything is about race. TV. Literally, our geography, the geography of our development in our cities is based on anti-Blackness. Like, where highways cut and where we develop and where we put infrastructure, where we put good parks and schools and things, depends on niggas' location in a given place. So, like, how are niggas cultural imperialists when it's the rest of the world that won't leave Black Americans alone? And I say that as a Nigerian American because, like, literally on Twitter, like, last week or a week and a half ago, we were having this discussion about how even other Black people will pull from Black American culture and then turn around and say Black Americans have no culture, have no history, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's a global, worldwide theme. So you're really gonna have to show me full citations, MLA, APA, Chicago format, valid, rigorous sources for me to believe that somehow this little part of the Korean language is just completely free of all of those influences. Like, Lily J says she really wants someone like Kendrick Lamar to call out Korean hip-hop. I think that's what it'll take for them to get it. Okay, so I saw a comment like that under Lala's video, because Lala, I don't know what else. Lala the Sassy Adventures. I don't know what her full YouTube name is, but you should know her if you know about Black people and Korean stuff. But she did a video about the blackface play that's going on somewhere, and I don't know. But one of the comments was like, Beyonce and Jay-Z should like call, and I'm like, it is not niggas' duty to like teach you how to be a decent human being and how to consume nigga culture. Like, that's why I said I'm pissed off at Korean hip-hop people, because it should be the Korean hip-hop people who are calling people the fuck out. Since they want to make a living off of this stuff, they should also be able to regulate it. People should be afraid of other Koreans coming for them if they behave like this, or if they act carelessly with this culture. That's my position. Candy Girl says, K-pop fans will literally accuse you of racism if you say, hey, I'm not really into K-pop. But when their fave does blackface, all of a sudden it's just cultural differences. Even though, like, my whole thing is, like, how many of these Korean netizens are thinking about the fact that like English was introduced to them even before, like, the US established a military base in their country? Even before, like, the US as a proper, like, military force established a base in their country, it's like American missionary churches, like Presbyterian churches, and all of, like, those are the people who introduced English and essentially, like, the beginning, like, Western culture to, like, are they really the best? Is that really a good foundation? Like, are you really going to consider anything you pull from that just valid and, like, well, they said this is how it is, so, like, that's my whole thing. I'm not mad that he would, like, at this point, I'm not mad that he said it. I'm mad that people are refusing to reflect on it and dig deeper into it. Because, like I said, like, a whole U.S. has an entire military base in your country. Obviously, like, you're required to learn English to graduate high school, where people don't speak English. Like, what sense does that make? Obviously, there's definitely a conversation to be had about cultural imperialism from the U.S. in Korea. There's definitely a conversation that needs to be had about American fans or British fans or what have you feeling entitled to idol speaking to them in English. Like, there's definitely a conversation to be had about that. What does that have to do with the descendants of slaves trying to maintain the integrity of their language, of their culture, while sharing it? No one's saying you can't do hip-hop. No one's saying you can't speak your language. We're just saying when you use our culture, you have to be mindful of certain things that you're not going to have to be mindful of when you're using your culture. Because in that statement, in that clip, Jaehwan was not using his culture to say Naega Wasa. He was using Black American culture. So yes, he's inviting a Black American cultural pretext, context, all of that stuff. So so his statements are going to be held to that standard to a certain extent. Aquasha says we need this rant, TBH, thank you. Cheryl says, Abby, that is something that was brought up in the cross-cultural panel at KCON. The overall consensus was to talk to Korean fans and let them know the cultural issues that they don't know. But when we do talk to them, literally, I don't know if I can't bring up one of the tweets because I'm live streaming on my phone. But, like, literally, I explained this whole thing. I was like, okay, it's not that he said nega or that he said nega wasa or even that he said nega wasa. It's the fact that he said that whilst doing all of this show me the money stuff with the come on man and all of that, like, all of that together is what set us off. It's not that he said nega wasa. And her response was, and this is just a single person, I'm not saying she represents all of Korean people, but, like, her response was, oh, well, he didn't say the N-word, so it doesn't matter, that's just how you feel about it, that's just your feeling, that isn't what he said. And it's like, it doesn't matter what you meant, it matters what you did. Because literally, as a nigga, to my core, when I hear that shit, it sounds like nigga what's up, regardless. Why? Not just because nigga what's up sounds like nigga what's up, but because of his inflection, because of his cadence, because of his mannerisms, because of his inflection, because of all of the different parts of his speaking, all of the different parts of his communication, was nigga culture, was nigga talk. So why the fuck wouldn't he say nigga? If we're doing puns, why don't we do a whole pun? Instead of just nigga, what's up? Why don't we just say nigga, what's up? Cheryl says, the issue is that Korean companies will not listen to international fans because the majority of the money comes from Koreans, so they listen to Korean fans. Okola says, Beyonce has 2 kids to breastfeed daily. My good sis Google is always there to inform them. Okola. By the way, Okola has, is part of, I don't know if it's just her channel. Yeah, she's part of a channel with 2 other homies. I think it's called K-Popified. Definitely check them out. But let's say that again. Beyonce has 2 kids to breastfeed daily. My good sis Google is always there to inform. Wherever you are learning to put in these box braids and twerk and attempt to whine and all of this stuff, niggas like me are probably there with stuff you can pitch patch, Google Translate, Naver Translate. You should be able to get something out of it. I promise you. If you can't get something out of it, there's probably someone who speaks enough English to get something out of it. Hey, Kiana, we're talking smack about how hard it is to be black in this life. In particular, when you're into K-pop. In particular, when stuff like Jaehwan's Naega Ish hits. Kola says, I want to be nice and inform people, but I get too frustrated because all of this information is free and readily available. Aquasha says, I don't think this will be a problem that will be solved unless all humans are dead, TBH. Arya says, honestly, I'm tired. I think she was saying that to Okolo's statement. Kiana says, I have arrived at a very serious topic being discussed. Yes. Miss Multifandom says, exactly. I'm not sure what she's saying exactly at, but yes. Lily says, I 100% agree. I just don't think Korean hip-hop figures will do shit, so it'll only take someone huge on an international scale for Koreans to realize, which is so sad and pathetic. Lily, I kind of get where you're coming from. My thing is, honestly, just, I feel like the only way that it would actually, any sort of impact international fans could have is to just somehow blow it all the way up, and Korea's known for little kids walking around saying nigga, painting their faces black, all of this stuff. I feel like that's the only kind of possible impact international fans could have, but who has time for that? What does that actually do, really? Because it's weird, because KBS, I believe they're the ones putting on the blackface show. I remember, actually the name of my channel kind of comes from, one of those Korean netizen translation sites, because someone, it was way back, 2011 or something, someone, there was a blackface something, and a Black American fan got on YouTube and just ranted, and it was I guess it was translated into Korean, and there was an article and people were reacting, and one of the articles said, a black netizen felt very blah 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 blah. So I was like, LOL, I'm a black netizen. So that's actually where my name comes from. So that tells you how far back this has been. That tells you how far back niggas have been speaking out. That tells you how far back companies have been saying, oh, we're sorry, we didn't think of it like that, blah 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 blah. So KBS, even just 2 years ago, I think now, on one of their gag show things, someone came out with brown paint with a grass skirt and a fake craft feather headdress thing. And I wrote a comment and I was like, bruh, blah, blah. I don't even remember what my comment was. That was 2 years ago. So and then the thing that gets me is they take the videos down. So, Quasha says, Show Me the Money is trash TV. I call Show Me the Money the Amos and Andy Show hip-hop edition. Candy Girl says, dude, if the companies would simply hire me. Just put me up somewhere nice. Pay for nice little just put me somewhere nice. Give me enough to like make some like tofu soup. I don't need much. I need to go vegan anyway. Like, I don't need barbecue money. Just give me a little something so I can go to the club every now and again. Maybe go to Japan, go to Thailand or something every like season. Like, I will have you straight. I will have y'all in check. I will incorporate so many different cultures you won't even know what to do. And you'll be good. You will be good. Like, would simply hire someone to tell their idols not to say nigga or do blackface. 60% of my problematic faves wouldn't be problematic. That shit is so easy to avoid. Hire a nigga. Hire a real nigga like me. Just give me some Korean lessons. I promise I can learn. Every time I've attempted to learn Korean, they said I did good. They might have just been trying to like get my money, but still, sis, your girl is here. I'm here for you. I just need you to be here for me. And that's really the crux. I'm joking, but am I really joking? 'Cause everyone, let's just go around the class by show of hands. How many people were aware of, what's it called? Imperial Japanese flag before they got into K-pop and like the real weight of it and what it really meant to so many people on planet Earth. Cola says, if everyone not black was magically blocked off from black culture, they would lose their fucking minds. Our culture is too fly for y'all to keep disrespecting. Disrespecting us. Kiana says, show me the money is cringe. Abby says, Cheryl, you're totally right. Idols need to be held accountable by their Korean fans, and hopefully they can better empathize with black fans in the future. Cupcake Bankai, if you have another name you would like to go by, feel free to leave that. Cupcake Bankai said, did no Korean celebrity learn from Sam Ochuri? The better question is, do they care? Do they care? Do they have to care? No and no. Aquasha says body movements and hand movements count as language. They are language. Like I said, that's 60% of language. Most of language is what I'm doing right now. I didn't even say anything and you understood what I was trying to communicate. So Miss Multifandom says she loves K-popified. Okolo says, thanks for the shout out. But this topic just leaves Okolo confused. She had to go off on dumbass Ben Baller last night. I'm done with Ben Baller. I don't know why I don't have him blocked, but I'm not exactly sure why. Kosh says, no, actually most of the money comes from international fans because in Korea they get little money from streaming, etc. But international, they would make way more. Companies just don't give any fucks. I'm still not sure, like, Korean clout is definitely super duper valuable and super duper important. But, like, TBH, that yen, at the very least, that yen is very significant to a lot of companies. Hi, Lauren. Miss Multifandom, I say exactly everything you were saying. It's 2017. The stuff should have been stopped a long, long time ago, and the fact that it's still happening is so annoying. Okola says they need international fans, so they have to stop playing us. Anthony Dixon says, I think people have gotten so complacent on certain issues because when we talk about these issues on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram, not enough people are making a lot of noise. Hashtag free Scooby-Doo. What? Cheryl says, at Aquasha, that was just what the panel said. Some worked with the companies. I think companies find Korean fans more accessible, and honestly, maybe they are crazy. I feel like you can never neglect Korean fans. Like, no matter how much money or whatever they're bringing in, you always need to keep your Korean base. Like, a Korean base will keep you solid. as far as like impact, influence, status, clout within the industry slash whatever, what have you, like all of that, like you need Korean fans. So like I think they're more important in that sense. Anaya says hashtag hire Steffi. Please, like I don't even have like a full bachelor's yet, so you don't even have to pay me that much, technically speaking. Like we can work it out. SM, who else? KBS, who else? SBS, Mnet, let's do it. Cupcake Bunkai says, you can just call me by my name, Cooper. My username is too hard to pronounce. I'm just gonna call you Cooper because I feel like I don't know what I'm saying when I say Cupcake Bunkai. Quasi says, I hate that nigga Ben Baller. Got him and Jackson looking like whole dumb and the dumbest, not Dumb and Dumber. SRHM says, I'm not black, but I know for sure everyone knows that term is very derogatory and nasty to say if you're not black, and I'm not a native English speaker, so the argument that you don't know isn't valid. SRHM, no, like most of the Koreans are saying we would never say the N-word. And like literally every person that I interacted with in the hashtag would not say nigga, they wouldn't say nigger. If they had to mention it, they would like censor it. Like they're being really respectful, so they understand that you shouldn't say the N-word, even though lots of Korean people do say the N-word in pop cultural context, such as the one that Jaehwan was introducing himself, but that's besides the point. So like it's understood that you shouldn't say nigga. Their point was that he wasn't thinking, their point was it's like there's like a 98% chance that he wasn't thinking of the N-word when he said that statement. And my point is, even if he wasn't thinking of the N-word when he said that statement, it was too close for comfort. It was too close to like nigga talk for him to be saying that particular for him to be saying that particular Korean phrase in that cultural context is unacceptable. Signed, originators of that cultural context. Aquaja says, yeah, like they said Bam Bam they said Bam Bam stick ass didn't know what nigga meant when Mark head ass friends made him say it. He a hip hop head, there's no way. Aquasha is not, she's not here for it. She's tired of the games. She's shooting straight. Candy girl, I have like maybe 3 relatively unproblematic faves left. I don't. The only reason some of my faves are unproblematic is because they've been out for like 6 months. So, Miss Multifan, oh my god, Ben Baller. Are you going to talk about Jackson's new video? Because black fans are not happy. Not just about the song, but about the fact that he's still hanging around Ben. Oh, and my name is Mari. Hi, Mari, Miss Multifandom. Cole said, that's the worst part about being in K-pop. You literally have to cross your fingers and hope that your faves don't do something stupid. And it's like one of those things, because like literally everyone is problematic, so like we can work through this. But like some of the things are just like, what? Like it's ridiculous. Cheryl says she high-key loves hearing Candy Girl, might have to listen to it now. You're welcome. Quasha says, that's sad when in this day and age you have to pray to all gods that grown-ass people fucking up. Honestly, truly, hire me. Hire me. Like, if SM hired me, I got, like, it's not problematic, but it is awkward AF. Like, NCT, when they were in KCON Mexico, they sang, like, a Brazilian Portuguese song from like 2011. That was like when I was a senior in high school. Like, yeah, they played it on the Spanish language stations, but it's not like, why are you doing a Portuguese song from like 6 years ago instead of at least a Spanish language song? Like, your girl would have had you. Your girl would have had you. Like, we could have had NCT Illy Chill on some, what's it called? Hasta Amanecer. And it would have been cute. And it would have been in Spanish. And it would have been appropriate. And it would have, because I'm sure the 20 Brazilian fans that were at KCON Mexico, I'm sure they appreciated that, like, throwback hit, but, like, sis. And that's honestly the thing that gets me, because, like, it would have been different if it was, like, a Brazilian song that blew up throughout the Hispanosphere. I don't know about the Hispanosphere. That might be a bit iffy. But, like, throughout this, like, Latin America, like, everywhere in Latin America, from, like, Puerto Rico to Mexico to Nicaragua, Chile, everywhere, everyone is listening to this Brazilian Portuguese song in, like, at least 2015 to 2016 to 2017. You're throwing it back to Brazil 2011? Like, Pitbull's did his remix, and that's dead now. Like, sis, if they ain't playing it right now, and trust and believe, Mega 101 plays some throwbacks very regularly. It's even past that. They don't even play it anymore on Mega 101, so, like, it's old. It's dead. Dead it. Just not. Just pick another song. Pick. SRHM says, wow, that Spanish you're rolling. The R's really... Oh my gosh, thank you. I actually don't... My Spanish is really bad for how much I've studied it. I did it for like 3 years in high school. Quasha says, they did my man's Kai head bogus. They had his scalp looking dry and looking like he needed to... This is what he looked like he needed. But SM didn't hire me, so he didn't have it. Cheryl says she worked with a Korean business for a few years. She doesn't know why she stuck it out. It was a hot mess of fuckery. And, like, TBH, just keeping it 100, any Korean companies that might be watching this, who might be thinking of getting at Steffi, do not take this as a deterrent. I am ready to work with you. I'm ready to work with a lot. We can do this together. But, like, I had, like, ideas and, like, I guess dreams of, like, living in Korea, working in Korea, blah, 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 at least for, like, a year or something. And, like, the more you, like, if you're, like, really sober-minded and you're just, like, assessing it, to me, it's not worth it unless you're, like, you have, like, a specific goal and you're really about whatever it is you're going to be there for. Because, like, Korean work culture, like, I feel like it really needs to be worth it for you to, like, put yourself into that. I mean, most work cultures worldwide aren't necessarily the most pleasant. Everyone in Europe, shut up, because I know you guys have, like, perfect societies or whatever. But, okay, we're going, that's sad. Mari says, I love Bam Bam so much, and I agree. There's no way he didn't know what the N-word was. Everyone knows that you shouldn't say the word. Ignorance is not an excuse. And the thing that, like, another thing that really got me, that was grinding my gears. It was grinding my gears. In the, like, hashtag stop forcing English to Korean. So many people were, like, making comparisons between, like, English words that sound like Korean cuss words. And it's like, sis, and honestly, like, if, my personal opinion is, if I'm making a video in English and it's supposed to be for, if in some way I was bringing in, like, a juvenile Korean context, like, it was something that would bring in a lot of, like, Korean children culture, or it had something to do with, like, stuff that Korean kids would be talking about or something like that, I would avoid, like Joker. I would avoid saying that word in a way that sounds like choka, because, like, that's not something that should be said around Korean kids. Let's kind of use that example. That's how I would approach the situation, because I understand even if I'm speaking English, I don't want a Korean kid to be practicing their English and they come to my video and then I have them walking around their house or their, community or whatever saying choka, 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 like that. I would be mindful of that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, once you bring in another culture, you need to be more mindful of that. Aquasha says, hire me too, TBH. Like, I feel like every company, just have a nigga. Have a real nigga that's just there for you. Just have a real nigga that's there for you. Because if I was there for Onyu, do you know where we would be right now as a race? We would be on the brink of a Shiny 5 comeback. Prepping for 10th anniversary, praising the Most High for the blessing that is Shiny 5. But instead, here we are. Here we are. Cooper says, hashtag hire Steffi at SM because they obviously didn't learn. If after Jackson wasn't getting as much hate as he did about his dreads, they decided to put some on Kai's head. I forgot the name of her channel, but she's a really, really cute black girl. I'll try and find her channel name. But she made a whole video and like her whole theory is like they probably put him in dreads on purpose just for the publicity. Because they know niggas is gonna get in their feelings. Niggas is gonna be like, SM back at it again. Look at da-da-da-da-da-da. And like TBH, it's a possibility. Anaya says, I feel like Jackson is going downhill. Like, this dude's snowballing. I feel like Ben is a big ass bitch. Like, I thought I had a really bad, like, potty mouth. I thought I was really mean. I thought I was too raw. I was wrong. Ben is a big ass bitch that fucking tries it, like, high key. I mean, I've never been into GOT7 just because, like, I like musical. That sounded like shade. It's not shade, but, like, for me, with, like, every single group that I really, really get into, like, I need to, like, really get into their music, and I've never felt like that with, like, GOT7's music, so I've never really gotten into them. But I've always liked Jackson. I've always had a lot of respect for Jackson, and he's just steady chipping away at that this year. And from all of my I Got 7 friends, they've been noticing a change in his, like, attitude, vibe, whatever, this year as well. So that's kind of sad. Nisha says, the day any company hired Stephanie is the day all of the arguments, rants, and problems of K-pop and K-pop idols will be done with and relieved from. We'll all be cured from it. Kwasha says, Kai parts for his braids wasn't even Chris. SRH said, hey, by the way, what about the Onyu scandal? I know it's not related, but what's up with that? Sis, actually, I don't know your gender, but I'm still gonna call you sis. If this is like your first live stream, hey, this is a lot better. I should have been using this setup this whole time. But I discussed how I felt about the Onyu scandal and I gave a little rundown in my last live stream, which was the hashtag by We Young on iTunes. But general rundown, Onyu, he's currently being investigated for sexual assault in the groping nature because he was in a club, blackout drunk, and there was a woman dancing on his table, and he was, of course, basically almost blackout. He was basically like blackout drunk. He supposedly didn't remember any of it. So his friends sat him at the table, and there was a girl on the table, and he's allegedly touched her like 3 or so times. There's SM was saying on her leg, we don't really know where. We're still waiting on the trial. Homeboy is on probation as far as I'm concerned. But so yeah, that's where we are. So that's being investigated. And we could have avoided that if I was there. Because if I was there, ain't no bitches going around on you. Because evidently, like, the main witness, initially when they reported it, they made it seem like the main witness was just some guy who was, like, around the vicinity. But evidently the main witness, the main, like, other witness that isn't the girl, was her boyfriend. And I'm, like, I really hope she broke up with him. Because, like, why are you my boyfriend if someone is touching me and I don't like it? And all you can do is say, oh my gosh, that guy's touching you and you don't like it. I think we should call the police. If you don't pop him in the face one good time, why were you born? Literally, why were you born? All offense. Aquaj says, I live for the hot mess on K-pop/Black K-pop Twitter. I love seeing people get roasted. Candy Girl says, and why is it always Kai? Every time SM wants to appear more urban, they niggify Kai, and I just... Candy Girl, you know why. That was off, sorry. Like I said, I'm not actually a singer. So... SRHM said, TBH, I've thought about visiting Korea, but then with the hijab thing going on with me, I'm like... I mean, like, I know we're going in on Korea right now. We're getting all of our... If you don't die right now. There's a spider on my wall, and it's like... It's only like 2 millimeters. Not even 2, it's like 1.5 millimeters big, but like... That's too big. I can't. But I know we're getting out our transgressions, our grievances right now. But like Korea, the reason I'm even invested in this conversation, the reason I'm even like having it, cause like trust and believe, if it was like One Direction or somebody, if you were like speaking Gaelic and using some shit that sounds like nigga, but oh my gosh, no, I'm speaking Gaelic. Nah, you know exactly what the fuck you're doing. You cut the fuck off. I'm done. I'm bye. We're not having a conversation. But since it's Korea, that's why I'm willing to have this conversation. Because I genuinely feel like most Korean people don't care. As such, it's nothing malicious. It's nothing like they see a black person and they're just like, Rrr. I just feel like they don't care to know. They don't really bother. And for most Korean people, I don't think that's really a concern. Like, I'm not concerned with your average Korean person not caring. My beef really starts getting sauteed when people who make a living off of these cultures don't care. Sis. That's where my issue is. So from what I've seen, from what I've heard, people might look at someone in a hijab kind of funny, but generally they're not going to be anywhere near as people are in a lot of the US, evidently a lot of Europe. Ooh, Cheryl says she had a Korean friend who moved back to Korea. She was really worried for him, but he got a job at an American company, so he had it pretty good. He was off work at 6 p.m. Ew. If y'all don't know, generally speaking, in like lots of Korean companies, it's generally I'm not sure if it's like company law for most companies or whatever, but the norm is you don't get off work before your boss does. So even if you're done with all of your tasks for however long, if your boss is still at the office, you're still at the office. If the company's going out to do this for a certain outing, you're going out for that certain outing, blah, 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 those kinds of things. Aquasha says, I don't know why they negify Kai, TBH, he not even that dark. All I know is if they lay hands on my child, Haechan, they will have an issue. They will have an issue. And I appreciate, so far, the limited problematicness with NCT. Yes, Win-Win's yarn braids, I don't even know what those were. But I appreciate that it's just Win-Win's yarn braids right now. I really do. If they touch Haechan, if I hear any talk about Haechan's bronzen, golden, melanin, outside of, damn Haechan, you looking really good and sun-kissed right now. We're fighting. We are physically fighting. Nisha says, I swear I'm supposed to be making my trip to Seoul Thursday to Saturday. I'm becoming scared for myself with all these cultural problems. Nisha, you probably have nothing to worry about. From every person that I've known who's gone to Seoul, there might be some awkward cultural things, but it's really about your mindset. If you're going to go there to look for cultural issues, I'm sure you can find them. But if you just go there with the mindset to have fun, to do whatever you want to do, whatever you're supposed to be doing in Seoul, for the most part, that's what you're going to get. There might be a few sort of like situations, but I feel like your mindset is really important for it. But at least you're aware, at least you know someone, particularly like from what I've heard, usually older people, they might have something to say that's a little, but as long as you're able to like, I guess, brush it off or just understand that that's just one person, they probably don't mean anything by it, there's no need to internalize it, it's not tied to like, you know, state violence and stuff like it is here in the US. You should have an awesome time, and I hope you really do have an awesome time. I wish I could go to Seoul. Sky Hunter says, preach! I'm so corny. Okay, Cheryl at SRHM says, when I went, my flatmates were Muslim and had a blast there. This was last year. SRHM says, oh really? I was kind of worried because of a vid about a Muslim in Korea talking about her experience. Chester says, Steffi, the future head human resources manager of all K-pop entertainment companies. I could see it now. Like, sis, I don't have the connections to justify a business degree to my Nigerian parents, but like, honey, like, your girl is here. Like, I'm here for you. I wouldn't be making, like, the translation for the video is probably going to be between somewhere like 30, I'm thinking it's going to be like 36 to like 40 something, 50 something dollars, maybe, I don't know, because it's a really long video, but I really want it to be a resource for people, and the people that it needs to be a resource for aren't other American fans who, I mean, yeah, for other American fans as well, but like, or other like English speaking fans, but I want it to be a resource for Korean people. I want Korea to do better because I believe in Korean that sounds really extra, but you know what I mean. It's not out of like, oh my gosh, I hate Koreans, they're always doing this and blah, blah, blah. It's nothing like that. It's just like, I genuinely believe most Koreans who participate in this don't mean anything by it. That's why I want to like make my point known. That's why I want us to have this discussion so that they can learn and they can do better. And because like, I don't know if I'm going to leave it in the final cut of the video, but one of my points was like, people were asking like, should Koreans change their language just for other people? And it's like, sis, if you're going to be incorporating other cultures into it, you need to incorporate, you know, the respect and standards and norms for those other cultures whenever you're incorporating it into it. So yeah, you're gonna have to change your language. The same way you changed your language to include what's up and come on and yo and all of that stuff. You might have to change it to like subtract some of those things when you're saying certain things in Korean. That's how life is. Dude, like, there are like old white ladies in Texas who say black and African American. They grew up with the polite term being Negro. That was their language. That was what you said when you wanted to show respect to black people. That changed over time, and they learned and they adapted. At like 50 plus, 60 plus years, I'm talking about women in like their like 90s. Like, that was a big change for them, and they didn't mean anything when they said Negro or colored. Like, that was the PC term for the majority of their life, TBH. So Cheryl says they're becoming more and more open with Muslims because they bring tourism money. Quasha says, though I love Limitless, when I first saw the teasers with the dread/twist, I was like, damn, they back on the bullshit. Okay, so if you guys don't know, I'm part of a reaction channel called Sammy Sophie Stuffy, and like, that was one of the reactions I don't really remember, and I feel like I've honestly gotten to the point where if I see nonsense like that, I literally black it out. Cause like, Win-Win is my visual for NCT as a whole. Like, he is the visual in my head. But I didn't even know he existed. I didn't remember he was in that video. And then I looked back once I really got into NCT and I was like, oh, it's probably because of this, that whole situation on his head. Because I remember him whenever he came through like, Nanugu Nanaya. I remember him at that part and that's all I remember. But then I went back and I watched the video and I was like, the performance video, I didn't remember him being in that. And I watched it again and he was in that little bootleg Jaden Smith cosplay and I'm tired, I'm done. I'm not even, that's why I don't even have anything to say about the KBS, the blackface. It is what it is. TBH. Mari says, you know what? That's what I've been thinking. I feel like people and companies are doing racist things just to get attention. Like the face app thing and the black girl magic shirts on white models, etc. Basically. And like, I think people don't realize how like rage clicks are still clicks and they still bring in revenue. So like, I've been trying to like dial back on like, oh my gosh, look at this nonsense. I mean, like, I'm not going to give you revenue for that. Aria said, y'all see the way Jackson got dragged on World Star? Cheryl agrees with me that the girl's boyfriend is trash. Okolo, honestly, like, even in like the best case scenario, this is just a couple trying to like run one over on Onyu for whichever reason. I don't know why anyone would really be targeting him. But like, even then, I'm still mad at Onyu because like, you're the one with your career. You're the one with your image. Even if you are a depressed alcoholic, you should have precautions set in place. There should be a person you can just hit up on Kakao, like, nigga, I'm back on my bullshit. I need you to come out with me because, like, we finna go to the club. We're drinking. You know how I get when I drink. I need you to babysit me. Like, he should have had that person with him there. So, like, there's really no excuse for him. Oh my gosh. Okola said they ripped Jackson's You Part wig clean off his head in them World Star comments. The ones that hurt my feelings were the ones that were, like, leaving orders for shrimp fried rice. Like, they almost had me defending him. Mari asked, can someone please tell me what World Star is? I keep hearing about it. It's a cesspool of nonsense. The full name is worldstarhiphop.com, and it's like every bad image of black people on the internet, in particular in like the internet era, in one place. So like fight videos, exotic models, trap videos sometimes premiere there. Just awful stuff all around. And then the commenters are mostly demons. So I'm not exactly sure what they were trying to do by premiering it there, but Cooper says, as an I Got 7, I feel like something is changing Jackson. He used to really care about how people and his fans felt, but each day it feels like he's going farther and farther away from that. That's how I'm feeling. I'm just like, nigga, I don't follow him like that, but like, I'm just like, but I think the fact that he's rocking with Ben Baller this hard, this heavy for this long when he doesn't even wear chains, because like Jay Park has an excuse. Like, he kind of wears jewelry and stuff, like, cool, whatever. He's actually like a proper hip-hop artist, so like, why not, I guess, why not like maintain that connection or whatever. But like, I don't like, why would you want that kind of negativity in your life? Like, Cola says, World Star Hip Hop is the blackest video platform. It's filled with trap videos, fight compilations, and twerk videos, basically. Cheryl, I did just say my beef gets sauteed. I think I should have said my beef gets seasoned. And then I saute it. But I'm so corny. SRHM says, alright, that's cool, because after watching a Hello Counselor episode, I was like, and also that drama called A Man Who Lives to Die. Nicola says, and the director of international outreach himself, Ben Baller, believes that Jackson's debut video should be on that site. Arya says, Ben Baller doesn't like Jackson. If he did, he wouldn't have let him do this. Mari says, I'm looking at all my groups and I'm just like, please do not fuck up. Please. Candy Girl says, the day NCT fucks up is the day I officially tap out. Sis, as a Shawwal, as an MVP, I'm telling you, someone is going to just snatch you right back in. It never fails. Someone's just gonna. But go ahead. Kasha says, Jackson is honestly too lost in the sauce. Cheryl says, when Ben Baller said he was there when hip-hop was invented, I was like, no. Nicola says, invented hip-hop. I literally didn't know he existed until they ripped him a new one. Arya says, baller is a joke. Can you imagine being a whole grown person and still having fantasies like that? Can you imagine being a grown person with child support to pay, but you beefing with K-pop Twitter? I said it. I said it. Take care of your child. You already know. Hello. I forgot your name if you gave it before. But Cheryl says her grandma says colored on the daily. She sees me as white, but I'm mixed. Half Filipina mom, and it bugs the fuck out of me. Mari, I'm on Sammy Sophie Steffi, SammySophie Nicole said, I thought Biggie and Tupac were hip-hop legends, but apparently Ben Baller is the original hip-hop king. I just want to slap his shiny ass head. Hey, is Alage son Mara? Excuse me. I think the founder of World Star Hip Hop did die or something like that. Okay, bye, Anaya. No problem about leaving early. Cheryl has to wonder if that had a weird impact on some of the artists active in China. It probably has. TBH. Anthony says he wishes people would leave Sully alone about some stupid bullshit. Like, let Sully live her life. If you don't like someone, why are you keeping up with them is my thing. Like, what is Sully actually doing that's, like, hurting the Korean public that people need to keep up with her to keep saying, I don't like what she's doing? Is my question. Alageson says, I'm scared to stand anyone because people are fucking up left, right, and center. I mean, here's my history. I'm Michael Jackson stan. That's a where are we? What is this? Then came in as a Big Bang stan. In Western media, I mean, I'm a Janelle Monáe stan, so unproblematic fave for life. Jadedna stan, not really that problematic. I kind of I don't know what it is. Azalea Banks stan. So, like, I'm used to standing problematic people. My issue is just, like, when you're an idol, why would you... There are certain things that idols do. I'm just like, why would you, of all people, like... Nisha says, as being a GOT7 stan and being a Jackson Bias person, I feel he's honestly disappointed me with this Ben Baller shit. SRHM says, I'm not sure about the Lolita thing Sully has going on. Other than that, I think she's alright. I mean, definitely, like, Sully used to be one of my favorites just because I really, really like how she looks in FX. But, like, I'm so happy she left. Like, TBH, because, like, I'm tired. And, like, I don't really stan her the way I used to. But at the same time, like, it's her life. It's what she wants to do. Like, if I don't like it, I can just not look at her. Literally. So, like, I don't see what the beef is. Cheryl says, like, China has some weird-ass hip-hop shit. I mean, look at Chris on their version of Show Me the Money. Dude, Chinese hip hop. I think it's called Zhong TV, ZHONG. Something like that. But it's like basically a Chinese hip hop YouTube channel. And like basically every video is like, we think Korean hip hop is bad, but like, you know how some Korean hip hop is like made to like appeal to the general Korean public kind of. So like you have your Haze and like Epic High and like those kinds of people, and then you have like the people who are just like basically in blackface without the paint. Jung TV, like most of the stuff on Jung TV is like that blackface without the paint type thing, and it's just like it's just very strong, like sort of just wearing blackness. So yeah, but it's just not as popular as Korean hip hop internationally, so yeah. Candy Girl? Dude, I really think we've seen the last of Lay and EXO, but I was prepared for that. EXO's China line is cursed. EXO Trader line is really weird. I stan people way more once they leave EXO than whenever they're in EXO. But whatever. Cautious that niggas just fucking up to be fucking up, TBH. Okola says, no, don't say that. I need him to perform the Eve Just Once. Anthony, in reply to SRH, I really wish that people would stop blaming members that left the group and actually put blame on the companies. Sis, SM. Taquan. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, everyone. I just got here. Hey, Taquan, okay. Yeah, for the past, like, hour and a half, we've basically just been, like, ranting. I've been ranting about how annoying the Naega Gate situation has been with Jaehwan on many sides. On both sides. Like, I get where Koreans are annoyed that people are insisting that he definitely said nigga. But at the same time, most Korean people are not ready to listen to why. It doesn't matter if he said it or not, if he meant to or not. The whole context was just, it was inappropriate for the context in which he said it and the ways in which he said it. Ugh, why is my nose getting stuffy? Aquasha says, I don't even think XOLs remember being called exotics, TBH. What? A lot of the new K-pop fans are making K-pop really not fun. TBH. Like, but exotics was wild, TBH. Anthony is asking, where is the FX comeback, SM? You know what I need? I need an FX subunit. Crystal, Luna, Amber. I don't care about Victoria. She can stay in China, but I need a comeback. I need my fake, deep, hipster, artsy-fartsy pop princesses back. The culture needs them. K-pop needs them. The world needs them. 2017 needs them. I need Luna giving us life. I need Crystal not giving a single fuck, but still serving a little face. Like, I need Amber giving us vocals and corny raps. Like, I need it, personally. Alage-san says, SM should have kept the fandom name Exotics. They really should have, because isn't it like KLM? Sis, M don't... I mean... Where's the M? What's the... You played yourself with that one. Okola says FX shares a cell with NCTU in the SM dungeon. But like, you mean with 10, because NCTU is thriving, because as soon as they added Doyoung and Johnny into NCT 1 through 7, it became NCTU and Friends, because the only niggas with lines is NCTU. And then the rest of the niggas is just like... Yeah. SRHM. As an NCT stan, I'm so spoiled, but the Miyu in me is starving. She's on the verge of death. The Miyu in me is ready to fight. She's protesting, she's booking the flight to Seoul, and she is ready for whatever SM has to throw at her. She just wants her FX. Come back, please. Like, how you just gonna leave us on 4 walls and not finish it? Like, that's like leaving Wonder Girl. Actually, Wonder Girls could have left it on Reboot. Let's be honest. Reboot is a masterpiece. Not just of the Wonder Girls, not just of JYP, but of K-pop as a genre. But that's a whole other video. But like, Why So Lonely was a nice note to leave us on. 4 Walls could be a nice note to leave us on, but it's been 2 years. We need a final just in case y'all hoes forgot who the fuck we was, and then deuces. Like, I just need it, please. Anthony Dixon says, Playlist, where's After School? TS Entertainment, where's The Secret Comeback? I mean, After School, I get the rotational theme, but like, I don't know. TS needs to do justice, actually, as a fandom, as a genre collective fandom. We need to do justice to Sonamu, cause y'all hoes is talking about, I'm tired of all the sexy groups. Oh my gosh, I'm tired of all the cute concepts. I don't like girl groups because they all do cute concepts. They all do sexy concepts. It's all the YG pushes some 21 trash, literal trash. Like, they actually wrote it and everything for 21, but it was disposed of because it was garbage. They push it in a shiny new package with beautiful, talented girls called Blackpink. And y'all hoes eat it up. And you're just like, yes, finally something that isn't cute and sexy, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Sonamu, if anyone paid attention to them, they just went in and was hating, like, oh my gosh, why are they copying BAP, blah, 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 blah. And I get that it was right after BAP entered their lawsuit with TS, but we as a fandom let Sonamu down. We as a fandom shifted them to the cute concept, because obviously we're not ready for a girl group to be anything aside from cute or sexy unless it's from YG and it's the same tired sound with the same tired production, same tired beats. But I guess I'm just a hater. Taquan asks, what happened now? Did someone else do blackface? Okay. I'm petty. I'm so petty. I'm literally so petty. But Taquan, this happened. Okay. Honey. Okay. Well, this is loaded. Okay. I'll bring the video up. Aquasha says, I'm not a K-pop oldie. Also, I've been into K-pop for 5 years, but at least I have respect and looked into all eras and years of K-pop. I don't disrespect the kings and queens. New K-pop fans need respect. Quan says, wow, the live stream just skipped a lot. Sorry. Cheryl says she wishes there were more fans like Aquasha. KCON made it glaringly apparent that they coddle the new fans. Dude, I remember when we used to like people would rip videos from GOM TV and then put them on YouTube. Okay, Taquan. Okay, here is. Okay, here we go. Sis, what are we doing right now? Wami just got here. What did you miss? My whole rant on the Naega Gate situation with Jaehwan. Basic overview rerun of my opinion. I think it's extremely possible that he wasn't thinking of the N-word whenever he said it, but I still maintain that it's anti-black that someone would think that that's an appropriate phrase to say when executing their yo, yeah man, shtick.
Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on.
I'm so petty. I'm like that meme of the girl who comes out the door. Okay, actually, why am I?
Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on.
Let me see if I can we loop it? I don't think so, but.
Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on.
One more time.
Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on. Yo, nigga, what's up? Come on.
Candy Girl says she knows Ten was injured and that's why he's been absent, but he's also Thai and she doesn't trust SM with foreign artists. I feel like it's definitely new territory. I feel he's their first Southeast Asian debuted artist, so. Kasha says she doesn't like Blackpink, TBH, they're overrated. I actually really like Blackpink, the girls, the group. I'm waiting for their music, their choreo, their everything else to match up with them in terms of quality. Taquan says Sonamu just came back and it's not a cute concept. But y'all hoes is asleep and y'all hoes is still talking about, oh my gosh, Blackpink's like the only one who doesn't do a cute concept and it doesn't. I'm in my feelings because I went on girl groups I used to like, but they got disbanded because K-pop fandom is sexist and trash binge. So I was watching Sonamu, I was watching Glam, I was watching D-Unit. I will never forgive y'all for D-Unit. D-Unit was it. They were it. I do not understand how, what's it called? I don't understand how, like, ARMY D-Unit stands didn't become a thing. I think D-Unit was, like, 2011, so I understand that. But, like, ARMY glam stands wasn't a thing. The way, like, ARMY blinks are a thing. Now, the way that, VIP blackjacks were a thing for, like, second gen. Anthony, and now there's a rumor about BAP leaving TS Entertainment again. I hope that they leave TS Entertainment for good. TBH, like, Taquan was asking, what everyone thinks of the Pristine comeback. I haven't listened/watched yet because we need to react, but Nisha says Pristine's comeback was amazing. I loved all of the outfits. The song itself, I did need to listen to a second time to love it fully, and they're all so beautiful. Okolo also agrees Sonamu's comeback was good and BAP definitely needs to leave TS. Honestly, I know it's petty and I know it's just my opinion, but I'm gonna be pissed off if girls start doing the girl crush or whatever concept, like the fiercer concepts again, and people are like, ooh, Blackpink's impact. That's just the natural cycle, TBH. I genuinely don't understand what's unique about Blackpink as they are right now. Like, it irritates me that they're essentially, like, wasting... Because, like, I feel like they're wasting the girl. Because, like, I feel like Blackpink could have such an impact. And, like, I'm not going to say they have no impact or whatever, but, like, I feel like they could just... If they were given, like, 200% of what they deserve. And for those fans, Nisha says, and for those fans who are commenting or talking about how Kyla is apparently fat, that is messed up, and you can meet me behind Popeyes to discuss why you think this is okay. Like, I honestly admire Kyla for showing K-pop fans that you don't need to be a size 0, like, really, really skinny to be an idol. Who is Kyla? No offense. It's not shade. People seem to think I'm always throwing shade at someone, and that's not the case. Kwasha got into K-pop when it was Sherlock and EXO Mama era in 2012. 2012 was so ugly. She's like 12. Why are people saying... I'm so confused. I'm literally so confused. She was born December 27th, 2001. She's literally 15. Like... Anyways. SRHM, if you have another name, feel free to leave it. She said, yes, poor Kyla, when the fans refused to say her name in the fan chant when they debuted. Alage song, Says he said the word and wasn't in isolation. He was gesturing and putting emphasis on the word. Opa splaining needs to die. I'll give it to them. Let's just say he said nega waso in a funky way. My whole thing is, don't be saying nega waso and doing your Amos and Andy hip hop edition shtick at the same time. You have to pick one or the other. Either you say nega waso or you go yo yo yo, yeah, come on. You can't you can't combinate. Unless you're Tasha, unless you're Lee Michelle, unless you're the model kid. Nah. Shaquan says, oh, I saw that. A mess. He was one of my biases in 101, but it's a no for me. I don't hate him, but still, no. Like, I was like, wow, you're really bold. I'll keep that in mind that you are like that at first, but after learning about, like, the slang or whatever, I was like, that's still stupid. Like... Alageson said, I had finally figured out whose voice I liked in 101, and 24 hours later, we got Nigga Gate. Okola said, so petty, the full screen too. Taquan wants Blackpink to do R&B. I want Blackpink to do original music. That's it. I really don't want them to do rock. I don't want them to do folk. I don't want them to do any easy listening cafe nonsense. It's not nonsense, but like, I want them to be 21 2.0. I need them to be a 2.0, not an alternate version. Like, I don't, like, right now, TBH, just being honest, I hope I don't get flagged. But, like, right now they feel like a generic store brand of 21. As far as girl groups go. They feel like 21, but generic. Which, in my opinion, defeats the entire purpose of 21. If you're gonna do 21 2.0, do it 2.0. Show us why these girls are different from 21. Show us how they're just as interesting, just as innovative, just as everything as 21, but in their own way. Like, give me Rose, give me Jenny, give me Lisa, give me Jisoo. Don't give me 21 if they were a regular ass K-pop group. Like, Aquasha said, I literally bamboozled on how FX been out for forever and just now getting a fan name, and the fan name isn't even that good, TBH. I'm mad that we come up with better fan names than SM. Like, first off, XOL, I get what you were trying to do, but you should have made sure you kept XOM, so that would have made sense. Then, Me You, I mean, that's cute or whatever, but Affectionates for FX just has a certain... You know what I really want to do, and it's been really bad? Like, I mean, I guess for Hurricane Harvey, they're saying, like, the real deal Holyfield that Houston is going to be getting isn't going to be finished until Tuesday, but it's basically, like, just been raining, kind of, on our side. But we all stocked up on whatever. So now I just have a bunch of food. And it's so hard not to just eat all of it right now. Taquan said he thought I said G unit for a second. You know what I'm mad about as a D unit stan? I'm mad that they never got on the track and said D unit. Like, that would have just made my entire life. But whatever. TBH Ladies Code Galaxy is one of the best girl group songs ever. And the mini album that The Rain was on was really... Bitch. When I tell you, Ladies Code, yeppa, that Ladies Code was so good. Like, Ladies Code Exit, there was like a whole era of girl groups just doing different shit. And none of y'all was here for it. None of y'all was here for it. And it hurts it honestly, really, it hurts my feelings. Because, like, they were doing their thing. Exit was doing their thing. Their album, mini album, I forgot what it was. Hippity Hop was so good. Just really nice pop music. They gave you R&B. They gave you rap, even though Ellie says nigga without any remorse and he's about it. But like so many different girl groups that are super talented, giving it to you. Girl groups like D-Unit was coming with choreo. Yes, their costumes was kind of corny and try hard, but whose wasn't in 2012? Like, Spica was giving you vocals without the blackface. I said it. Vocals and attitude and soul and all of that stuff without the blackface, with and without the paint. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that I am incorrect, or that I am wrong, or that I am projecting, or I'm just being a hater. When I say, sometimes I get the vibe from Hwasa that she's doing a black girl shtick, and that's not endearing to me, personally. So that's why I wasn't really surprised by the blackface stint. It's my opinion. I'm not saying that's facts. I'm saying that's my opinion. That's my perception. Quan says, if I'm being honest, from what I've seen, it's fangirls who slut shame and fat shame the female idols the most. I mean, I feel like fangirls are most of the fandom. Piggy dolls, I wasn't really here for them because it felt really exploitative and it felt really corny. But once they started releasing tracks and like music videos that didn't just have them like stuffing their faces with pizza and cake and stuff, I was really here for them. But disbanded, of course. The weight of the sun, the weight of the sun. I really like that song. I forgot the name of it, but Cheryl said, I did not expect to see Sully naked in that trash film. She left FX for this? Damn, bitch, you live like this? You already know. Says, I feel like K-pop from 2012 and onward is a mess. Like, bops have been coming out, but it's been drama, man. Like, basically, like... Okay, SRHM's name is Sarah. Okay. Anthony says, and of course, when male groups do sexy concepts, nobody says a damn thing. Alagisant says, I want Blackpink to get a new producer. Arya says, male groups get praised for any weight gain too. Everyone loves them looking fuller and chubbier. You know what? It honestly hurts my feelings because, like, I don't even know how to put it, but, like, I have some, like, honey barbecue Fritos. And I really want to eat them right now. But these different that's why, like, you heard me standing earlier for Haechan's Melanin, but I'm not gonna be surprised if one day he hops out and he's like, girl, you getting a little too dark. You getting almost as dark as me. Like, you ain't a dude. You shouldn't be that dark. Because that sounds exactly like the kind of stuff someone he could possibly say. And it really hurts my feelings. And I'm scared for the day Taeyong is like really, really comfortable. So he just says whatever he feels like. Because like there's the standard for guys and then there's the standard for girls. Like, people talk about double eyelid surgery all the time, but like when they talk about monolids being okay, they talk about it for guys, but girls should have really big eyes, blah 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 blah, and all of this stuff. So I don't even know what I'm talking about, but hopefully you guys know what I mean. You already know says, oh, my name is Santiana, but the first A is pronounced ah, the sound, and the ending is Ana. Santiana. Is that... I think that's how I said it the first time. Please tell me if I'm saying it correctly. Ooh, Aquasha says they are a great value brand, lol. Except great value hits, TBH. Like, really tell me the difference between, like, Heinz and great value ketchup. Cheryl says it's like 21 members graduated into Blackpink. I don't quite understand that. Lami says K-pop from 2012 was more try-hard than usual. Also, we got to remember the world was ending, so everyone was turned the fuck up. Turn up was a mainstream theme. Cheryl, in reply to Arya, said, I think Wonho got shit for being muscular. Honestly, someone okay, I think I mentioned it in one of my previous live streams, but someone was like joking because it was whenever that like that print showed up on stage. Something was in his pants in one of the fan cams from, I think, Chicago, and oh gosh, and someone joked like, I thought roids were supposed to make your ding-a-ling look smaller. And I was like, this dude could really be on roids, because like he's so big. It's like but I really hope he's not. I hope it's all natural. As long as it's all natural and he doesn't have like some sort of like body dysmorphia or whatever, good on him for having somewhat of a healthy like activity. Cool. Positive Awakening, hello, says, no one seems to talk about Yoon Mi-rae when mentioning Black Koreans in the Korean entertainment business. I think it's because she's so light-skinned and lots of new K-pop fans especially just don't know her. Oh my gosh, I remember, I don't know what was happening, but someone tried to call her out for wearing Senegalese twists, and it was like, nigga, she black, like. But I think I mentioned Tasha earlier. Like, if she said, yo, nigga, what's up, come on, I would be on board. Taquan said, some girl on V-Live told Wonho he's getting too bulky and she wanted him to lose weight. Yeah, he's definitely, like, getting into... I mean, I think that's definitely a thing here in the US as well. It's just that, like, lots of people have bigger frames so they can, like... There's a bit more room for a person to be really, really big before we're like, dude, you need to lay off the weights, just chill, do some cardio. But we still have that thing as well where, like, being muscular is ideal, but you don't want to be too muscular. Like, you don't want to look like a full-on, like, bodybuilder. But I think that's even a bigger thing in Korea since people tend to have, I guess, smaller frames, you would say. I don't know how to put it, but... Anthony is tired of K-pop companies doing the same concepts over and over. TBH. Arya says she cannot imagine being... She can't imagine not being happy with the way Wonho looks. She cannot relate. I just want to... One time. Positive Awakening. Ladies Code Wonder Girls exit. Am I the only one who felt like Ladies Code was like low-key, like... I don't even know how to put it. Like, as far as like musically, like sonically, and like theme-wise, and like how like the concepts that they did before the accident, they were kind of like following in the Wonder Girls tradition of like fun, quirky stuff, but just so you know, we do got singers too kind of theme. Mommy said blackface, Mama will speak on it. Taquan said Joquan dressed as Beyonce without doing blackface. Stan him. You already know. Santiana said Yujae Suk. Is it Yujae Suk or Yujae Suk? Sorry. Literally did a parody of the lady from Get Out and didn't even do blackface. At this point, there should be no excuse for blackface. Like, honestly, I feel like some girl group stans, according to themselves, are fake because it's like so many people compliment them and stuff. But when it comes to actually supporting, they're mute, says Sarah. I don't even know. Like, I really don't know. I don't know the girl group. I like to call them girl group supremacists. It's not anything bad, but just, yeah. Like, they don't seem to have quite as much pull. I'm not sure if it's just because there's less of them, or they're just not really trying to put up that point like that, the way lots of boy group stands are. Aquasha's mad Galaxy didn't get any spotlight. The song was live, and the video was a representation of them dealing with the passing of 2 members. I feel like it got like a bit of spotlight, relatively speaking, for like how much they usually get. But, yeah. Anthony Dixon says, Wonho's thighs, though. Hashtag Wonho, don't forget leg day. I'm going to be that person. Sorry if that's body shaming or whatever, but I just need him to remember leg day. Harper, I believe, says we the late nighters. Cheryl says Sully looked fine, but that film was trash. Like, so much trash. Sarah says, like, people say they love those girl groups, but they don't truly support them. I mean, that's kind of like me. Like, I don't really spend that much money on K-pop just because... Well, I don't spend money in a timely fashion. Like, I just bought the Cherry Bomb album. So, Anthony says, Taeyeon did Uptown Funk without doing the blackface, and that shit was funny. I think another thing with Mamamoo is like that hashtag relatable persona that they have is really, for me, it's really overbearing, and I feel like it leads to things like the blackface situation, because they don't care about their image, and it's like, sis, you need to care a little bit. You need to care a little bit, because if you did, you probably wouldn't have done that. Because you wouldn't be so focused on, like, being ridiculous to show that you're, like, normal or whatever. Mari says, if you have food, go get it and eat. Arya says she has a weakness for thighs and back muscles. Okay. Oh, do they usually say Santa Ana? Lami asks, wasn't Soki from Red Velvet praised for having monolids at a point, even though I think she got the surgery? She is. She has, like, big eyes, even though they're monolids. She's kind of like Sohee in a way, I think. Even though they're going in on Sohee now. But she's, like, one of the few women whose monolids, like, people praise. Sarah says Heinz is better than Great Value. I don't really consume ketchup like that, so it's like the same thing. However, I do consume K-pop like that, so like it isn't the same thing, so I need it to be quality. Santiana is tired of the school uniform thing, TBH. Same here. Same here. Like, my whole thing is, like, why are you wearing a school? Like, what does school have to do with any of this shit? Oh my gosh, Ari, I'm Hyungwon and Wonho biased as well. Lami would like to see Wonho Tanaga. Okay. Just give it up. Like he was in their pre-debut show, No Mercy. She needs that melanin in her life. I had no idea he was capable of being anything close to tan, because I've only seen him pale, translucent, and then like glow in the dark. So Quan asked if we heard about KBS show that plans on doing blackface. Yeah. Oh snap, I just put all the water in the glass. Kwasha loves her son Hyungwon the meme. Okay, this has nothing to do with anything that's being discussed, but I'm NCT trash, as we all know. But okay, so NCT performed at KCON LA, right? And Cheryl was at KCON LA. So was Devana, my friend that I record the Blacknetizen podcast with. Check that out, please. Because we're going to start posting new episodes. So we need you to be caught up on the old episodes. And each one is like 2 hours long minimum. So we have plenty of stuff to catch up on. But, so she went, and she, of course, she got P2. So she saw like all of NCT in their full glory. She saw the beads of sweat on their faces. Anyway, but I was watching fan cams because I couldn't go. Okay, whatever. So, someone like took a clip of a fan cam where they did the special choreo for Cherry Bomb, I think, and Taeyong lands on his knees, and they captioned it, "We love a crackhead," and the entire universe made so much more sense, cause like, I've just been thinking like, what is it, like, what? Who dances like that? Like, who just... And then they said, "We love a crackhead," and I was like, Taeyong's a crackhead. Not really. I'm not saying Taeyong does crack. For people who are really, really sensitive about, I'm not saying he actually does crack, but he does dance like a crackhead. Sis! Sarah speaking that truth. Sarah speaking that truth. Okay, so when she said girl group stands are fake, she said she means like how FX stands who let Luna flop but would probably be suddenly awake if Crystal did anything. I see you, Sarah. I see you. Sarah, we're on the same wavelength. We're on the same wavelength. She was like, when Hwasa ate ramen on stage, okay, miss, I'm quirky and different, moving on. Like, that kind of stuff. Like, bitch, I'm genuinely awkward and eat too damn much. I don't need to force any of it. So to see people force it and just be like, oh, is like, okay, cool. Hey, Ivana. Oh. Yeah, like, I don't like their music to begin with, so it was just like, I guess this. Well, I mean, you're really holding out for Jackson in the year of our Lord 2017. I respect the faith. I respect the tenacity. I respect the endurance. But sis, Sarah. Okay, so Sarah, if you aren't already, subscribe on, or like follow us on SoundCloud. Blacknetizen podcast. Devana was just talking about how she feels like the dynamic in GOT7 is kind of weird this year. I don't know how to type into chat. Akasha said he's a certified crackhead, TBH. He be wildin' out. He got this crazy look in his eyes and I be scared. I'm so happy I'm not the only one who got that, cause like, this wig is, I tried. I honestly tried because I was really trying to get up here in my sleeping cab. Hey, Joy. Joy says, hiya, I'm probably soups late, but oh well. Ugh, I hate when girl groups clearly cash in on the whole hashtag not like other girls BS. Basically us. Twan says, random, but what's everyone's zodiac sign? I think I'm a Pisces. Joy says, oh, by the way, I just started listening to your podcast. It's like time travel in a way. It is, because it's a lot of old episodes. It's blacknetizen. If someone can type it, please. I don't know how to type into a live stream as someone who is streaming. Your Santiana said, yes, thank you, Akasha. Mela, like the prefix for black, netizen. MELA, netizen, one word. Santiana says, let me get SoundCloud again because I'm about to travel soon and I want to listen. Yes, it'd be great for that. Right now, I think the last one we were able to get up was like Shiny World 5 recap, which is old, but is good. Joy says, first of all, you should know that Taeyong is possessed because of his damn S&M lyrics that he attributed to his sister. Like, I really hope that was just a really bad attempt at covering up, I guess, the sexual nature of the song and not like a genuine, like, hey girl, before I tie you up, I'd just like to let you know you remind me of my sister. Excuse me? Rabbit. Would you guys like to rabbit some themes for a bit? For like the last hour? Because I really need to get off so that I can edit. I still... Rabbit is the site where we're able to like watch videos together. Sorry, but regardless of what we watch, I'm going to watch some NCT videos. Interesting. Kwasha says, I'm so sure that Taeyong is really a crackhead. He be changing personalities way too quick for me. I'm serious about his eyes, they crazy looking. I hate you so much. No, okay, so if y'all don't get it, we're joking. This is a joke. This is another aspect of Black American culture. I feel like all Black cultures, because I know we love talking about like, oh my gosh, Koreans are so blunt, but like Black people are so mean. And like when Black people are mean, they'll turn it into like a Def Jam comedy special. And like you'll low-key laugh at your own self-esteem being demolished. So get that we're joking. I feel like that was another big part of the miscommunication in the Jaehwan thing, because like a lot of Koreans seemed really shook, and it was like, sis, I don't think that many Black people were particularly bothered. Like, but we do talk reckless. So Frankie says, did you see the intro to Cherry Bomb at KCON LA where NCT were in a circle doing that cool foot shuffle move and women just didn't do it? Yes. It was really funny because like you could see, because KCON's stage is like basically like all around. Like the audience is all around. So you could see them from front and side and behind and everything. So like to see when they did the like back, the move where they like dive back, or some of them dive back, you see Taeyong do it, and then you see the people in the back, and they're literally just like, and it's adorable. Joy, oh I know, especially since I now know what SM uses as excuses. I just wondered why they let him put those lyrics. I wonder why they let him do lyrics, period. TBH. Also, I wonder, like, I just wonder about Taeyong. Like, you know what I want? You know what we all should want? I want to interview NCT at, what's it called? South by Southwest. That's literally all I want. Because I just want to know what was going through Taeyong's mind when he wrote some twerking, shake that ass. Like, what were we envisioning? What were we feeling? Like, because something tells me he's never actually witnessed twerking before. I don't know why, but something just tells me. Santiana says, when Taeyong does certain raps, he sounds like evil. I don't even know how to explain it. I know exactly what you mean. Like, oh, there was this one, because, like, SM's been on top of it with the, like, NCT promo as far as, like, YouTube videos and stuff. There's this one video, that, he was featured in, because, like, they do something like #boy or something, and then they feature a few members. And there was this one, and he started rapping, but it was like, remember when Designer did his little like cypher theme, and he was like, Timmy Turner, he be looking for a burner, can't anybody walking, and then it was like that. It was like that vibe, like that sort of theme. It was like an a cappella rap theme. But I've never heard the song before, and it was some sort of chant, and I was like, this nigga is a whole ass demon, and y'all have him writing lyrics for the youth to listen to? Really, SM? Really? Aquasha says she be on her shits. She played too much. Sarah says, TBH, I was so happy when you started standing NCT because I was like, yes, she loves them as much as I do. Yes, Sarah, you don't understand how happy that makes me, because I feel like the most obnoxious person in the world. Joy said she told her mom that people who have low self-esteem cannot come to her country. What's your country, Joy? I don't, for some reason I assume everyone is from New York. Or Georgia. Don't ask me why. Lami, I think, dude, who was it again? How did I just forget their name? I think they were referring to the KCON LA Cherry Bomb performance. Santiana says it was in the NC. Okay, so we're thinking about the same thing when you're talking about that rapping. That stuff sounded demonic, but someone said it also sounded like a Buddhist chant, and I was like, okay. But that still feels like a front. I don't know much about Buddhism, but we'll keep an eye on it. Remember Taeyong dancing to Humble? Aquasha says that's her video. You could see the prime example of his crackheadedness. No, I have to find the video. Someone made a video of him dancing to that random like Instagram dude. I don't know if he's on Instagram, but he reminds me of like the stereotype of light-skinned guys. Sarah says, and Citizen Hour is on. Basically. But I need to find that video. I need to finish this food, get my chips, and just go. I really, like, I'm joking, but I'm not joking. Like, I feel scared to, like, say my opinions, but at the same time, like, it's like if you're a K-pop fan and you want to, like, really be part of a community, you can't really have an opinion that doesn't, like, coddle fans/artists. And it's like, and I just really want to know how Wendy Williams was able to become Wendy Williams when she literally just talks absolute rubbish about the people she's built a career with. So Anthony says he thinks Taeyong reads a lot of smut on Tumblr. Joy said, I told you guys NCT 127 makes her anxious. He needs an exorcism. Okay, so Taquan asked, Steffi, what would you do if Jaehwan watches your videos and is low-key watching this live stream right now? See, if that was the case, I would need him to hit me up some way, somehow, so that we can set up. Because I'm a fangirl, but I'm a businesswoman as well. I'm not really a businesswoman. I'm actually trash at business. But I need him and Johnny to set up a joint radio show special, like a little one-time exclusive. NCT Melanetizen night situation. I want to speak NCT 127 at South by Southwest 2018 I want to speak it into existence. I want it to happen. I want to be there as press. I want to talk to, if not NCT, I want to talk to someone. I want to interview someone. I really want to I want to do stuff because I can do it and I should do it. There's literally no reason why I shouldn't be able to do stuff. I just need to put my mind to it and I need to put on chapstick. Am I going to? Probably not. Probably not. Do stuff, yes. Chapstick, no. Really, Jaehwan, it's not that deep. If we met IRL, I would not glomp you. I would not disrespect your person. It would be completely normal. It would be almost like I don't imagine you being my husband every single day. I actually don't imagine you being my husband every single day. That's really weird. I don't know why I said that. Anyway, Joy asks, she says, what I want to know is if he's talking about Blackpink level twerking or Nicki Minaj level twerking but Joy, what I want to know is what the difference really is between Blackpink twerking and Nicki Minaj twerking. Because Nicki Minaj has all that butt and she still struggles, if we're being honest. If we're being really honest. Actually, I feel like a better comparison would be like Blackpink level or Normani from Fifth Harmony level. Cause did you see that video? Did you see he liked that? Did you see the He Like That music video? Normani was giving it to them. 2 at a time sometimes. Like Normani, I'm here for. Lauren, I am here for. 4H, Fifth Harmony, I am here for. I'm so happy Camila left. Oh, you're from Guinea. I'm Nigerian, so I assume it's like a similar thing. Cause like people, like when my family visits, they're literally just like, oh my, especially like people who aren't used to Americans. Cause like my family's been in America for like my entire life, yeah. So like over 20, like nearly 30 years. So like some of the like relatives are like used to certain aspects of American culture because they've been visiting us for so long. But like people who come in for the first time are like, why are you so fat? So like that whole thing I'm used to. And they literally don't mean anything by it. They're just like, why? Quash is from Chicago, so that should explain my harshness. Joy says my relatives greet me with, you got fat. Literally. They're just like... And then I don't know how it is in Guinea, but like... It's weird because we're in that like weird space where like we're transitioning to like that Western you need to be skinny thing, but we're still also African, specifically West African, so we like some body. So like if you're naturally like really skinny and you're like naturally like a size 0 or a size 2, they're like, why are you so skinny? Why do you look hungry? You need to eat. Blah, 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 blah. Then once you hit the size 8 thing, it's like, cool, awesome. Then once you start getting to 10, it's like, Once you hit 12, it's like, why are you so fat? Mess. Lami's out in Maryland. Frankie, weird enough, is from New York, but was born in Georgia. Anthony, I think a lot of K-pop idols and Korean hip-hop artists read a lot of smut on Tumblr, Asian fanfics, and AO3. AKA Archive of Art. What is literally, what is that? Anthony, why do you think that? If they do, that's so awkward. Because this ties back to like that, what I was saying about like the dance covers for Cherry Bomb. Like when I was watching the dance covers, I didn't think anything of it. But when I was watching NCT themselves watch the dance covers, it was like... For some of them, because it was just awkward. I feel like that's how I feel about fanfic. Or like it's easy to feel that way about fanfic with like real life people. It's easy for me to feel like it's whatever because they probably won't read, as long as I think they probably won't read it. But like once people start writing things, especially about like English speaking idols, I'm just like... Frankie, break it up. Cheryl would like to read more fanfic, but there's so much bad fanfic. I feel like you just need to read bad fic. I feel like you just need to be in the mood to read bad fanfic. And that's just it. Aria's from Virginia. Cheryl's, of course, from California, Northern California. Santiana is from Southern California. Oh my gosh, everyone speaks French. My mom speaks French. Or she did. It's been a long time since she's used it. Sarah says Taeyong doesn't read fanfic. He writes the freak stories. Let me see if I can hit them with the Francois one good time. Wesh, alors, comment ça va? Nigga, what's up? Oh, okay. Oh, ça fait bizarre de parler de K-pop en français. Why did I say Francois? That was weird. Avec des francophones. It's a bit weird to talk about K-pop in French with francophones, with French speakers. Je pensais que wesh est amour. I have no idea what it is. I'm so sorry. I wish I was able to read French. I feel like I should be able to read French, but for some reason I just never learned. Taquan is so... Steffi, what would you do if somehow Jaehwan was at your door and it was raining? And you know it's raining right now. Taquan, you know it's raining right now. If he was at my door, he would be in my house right now, eating some food. Am I the only person who, like, thinks about what they would feed idols if they, like, stayed with them? I know that's really weird. Cheryl says I need to do a Hurricane Harvey food haul. Je suis très bien. Je suis très... Parlons français. Okay. What do we have? We have tortillas because they didn't have bread. And then this was actually the only bread we could find on the second day. And we've gone through half of it. Yikes. We had a bunch of, like, old crops. I don't know what I'm saying. But we had some yam that was going bad, and we had some plantain, so... And then we had some, like, leaves that we got from my aunt. So we made a little yam plantain porridge mix. Sarah says, TBH, as an end citizen in Canada, I demand a Canadian tour, and by that I mean they need to come to Montreal, Toronto, and Vancouver. Privilege is real. Joy is so happy Camila left too. Candy girl agrees with me. She says, girl, Nikki simply uses the weight of her butt to do all the work. She doesn't know how to actually move it. Is all I'm saying. Because, like, if you have all of that butt, but, like, you can only hit, like, a little, like, it's just a, sis. Oh god. Anthony says, Johnny saying "oh daddy" was a bad sign that they know what K-pop fans do behind the scenes. That was so... When I say terrifying... Because, like, I've already heard rumors about, like, idols having Tumblrs. Particularly, like, English-speaking idols. So... Anthony says, I would say hi, Jeffrey, and we would do, like, a Twitch live stream. That's the video game site, right? Aquash is a fanfic person, TBH. Arya is South African born, British raised, living in Virginia for 6 years. Wow, why are you in Virginia? That sounded so mean. There's nothing, I don't have any beef with Virginia. I'm just wondering. Anthony is in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Wait, what are documents about real people? Aquasha wants to know if we've read the fanfic Anterograde Tomorrow. That had her upset. Suddenly want to dance like Mary. Okay, so I just naturally dance like Mary J. Blige, and I would really appreciate if people would stop bashing us for our style and our steez. Thank you. Taquan asks, LOL. Y'all imagine NCT, the older members only, of course, at Freaknik. Taquan, what's wrong? Like, I just... Like, we're here for you. If you just... But you need to tell us what's wrong. Taquan said he would give him some Popeyes. Sky is in Canada too. I want them to do an NCT Life in Vancouver, right? That's where Mark's from. Vancouver and Chicago. Sarah says, kind of bummed that the reason that I speak French is because France fucked up my country during 100 years of colonization. Shout out to Algeria for holding up. But that's the same reason why I speak English, but I don't speak my native language. Anthony would give NCT Youngline some Church's chicken. What would you give the Dreamies? Lami would give them plantains. Oh, and random pet peeve I hate is when people pronounce it plantain. Shout out all the West Indians who say plantain. Candy girl says, bitch, I was triggered. The idea of idols knowing what we be saying keeps me up at night. Santiana wants to speak another language. She did learn Thai when she was younger from her grandma, but forgot it all. Oh, that's really sad. I wish I spoke my native language, but I don't. And I wish I kind of spoke Spanish, but I don't. And I wish I spoke Korean, but... What's this? And I wish I retained at least a little bit of my Mandarin, but... Oh, Joy said, fix about real people. Okay. Arya said her dad's company moved them there when she was 14. She asked herself why she's there too, though. Cheryl says she used to manage some Korean guys and would tell them the stuff girls would say about them on social media. They had no clue. Wait, what? Just... Were they like, public figures? Okay, so the reason I asked y'all what you would feed NCT or your faves or whatever is because, like, literally every time I think about the Dreamies, I just imagine, like, Mark specifically. Like, when I really got into NCT, every time I saw Mark, I was just like, I just want to pack him some, like, jollof rice with, like, beans and plantain and, like, meat pie on Fridays with, like, malt. Like, my son. Joy says old French people are still triggered about having to go back to their own country. And I think we were discussing France in Algeria. There had to be a war for them to get out. Yeah. So when people say Europe isn't racist like America, I mean, I guess you're not racist like America, but it doesn't mean you aren't racist. Sarah says France is shit and they need to own up to all the shit they put their colonies in Africa through. TBH. Doesn't France still collect, like, essentially what constitutes tribute from former colonies right now? Aquasha feels like Mark or Johnny might mess up and say some wild stuff, or also Utah. Now, when you say wild stuff, what kind of wild stuff? Taeyong wild stuff, or like offensive wild stuff? Anthony said he would give the NCT Maknae line some McDonald's. Oh, Lami can't speak Yoruba or Igbo either. Woo. Joy is trying really hard to retain her Japanese, but Japan and their copyright laws make it super hard to watch actually good shows, and Netflix is not doing it right with J-dramas. I'm so done. Okay, so there's just some random guys who worked in a restaurant. I feel like Utah is the hoe of NCT. I know that's stereotyping or whatever, but like, if you try to catch a wine from a minion, you're a hoe. And it's okay. Arya, South Africans, please bear with me with this. Insindebele. She understands Isindebele. That was really bad. I know that was bad. I don't know how it's pronounced, but I know that was not how it's pronounced. But she can't speak it. Anthony, in reply to Santiana, said Taeyong is the real hoe of NCT. I feel like Taeyong is like he seems like he's one way, but really, I don't know. Or maybe it's just his persona. That maybe it's just how he makes himself more idol-like. But I feel like he isn't that big of a hoe. I feel like he just does really out there stuff with like one person. I feel like Utah does like pretty regular stuff with multiple people. Oh, a question of offensive and wild stuff. I really don't want Mark to mess up. Like that, I want Mark to win so bad. Like I really can't, I can't have him saying offensive. Like I don't want him saying anything offensive. Although I was a little offended that he went all the way to Mexico to say, I heard you guys have good tacos. What does that mean? What? Arya said Taeyong don't know how to control himself. Sarah says, if Mark does something racist, good fucking bye. Like, literally, if Mark messes up, I would expect Mark to, like, say something homophobic. Oh, gosh. Why am I speaking this into the universe? But, like, I would expect something like, but, like, Joy says, by the way, half of her mother's family grew up in Senegal, so she's just super judgy about jollof rice. I'm Nigerian, so you already know what it is. I'm not sure if this is a good angle. Lami wants to know what happened with Utah and the Minion. Okay, I think this is a good time to transition into Rabbit. These were the Frito twists I was talking about. I'm supposed to be sharing it with my mom, but here we are. Let me see if I can just set this down here. Okay, cool. Now we can look at my pouch. Welcome to my kitchen. Got bananas and avocados. Okay, we're ready, I think. No, we're not. That was a lie. Sorry, y'all. Ah, I love chinchata. Okay, I think we should find the clip of Utah trying to catch a grind from the Minion in Osaka. Oh, Candy Girl. I haven't set up the rabbit yet. Yeah, I'll tweet the link to my rabbit. My rabbit. I don't know what I'm an old lady. Frankie says at one point in NCT Life in Osaka, they played Cranked Ass Soulja Boy as the background music. Not even gonna lie, I was getting my hopes up that like one of the members of NCT played Crank That Soulja Boy IRL in 2K17. What just... Soulja Boy up in it. Why me crank that? Why me crank that? Soulja Boy and Superman. You see how like that's the only thing that's been keeping me from this. Okay, so I discussed with Devana. And I feel a little attacked that you guys came for me for asking, not for asking, but for saying that I didn't realize that Johnny knew a black girl. And Devana agrees with me that that was a perfectly valid statement because the United States is segregated AF and like he doesn't look like he came from the black side of Chicago, so like whatever. Okay. Yeah, I remember someone in Uptension did blackface and I was like, okay, not bothering to learn about them. Oh, and the really bad part about the blackface, I'm not sure if he was really imitating a black person per se, but they painted his face black because he was supposed to like look like an ugly girl. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh. Ow, ow. Okay. Let's do it. We can do this. We can do this stuff. Oh! We didn't do this. It was on a Chinese show, I believe. Okay. So this is probably going to be the end of live streaming here. But what would you guys like to watch on Rabbit so that I can like start setting something up? I should have got... Aquasha says, I wonder what side he's from. I assumed he was from the suburbs, and then I feel like a creep for having seen like clips of him from like high school and like middle school. I don't know which school, but like clips from him from school in America, and it was just like all white kids and like some Asian kids, and like I guess if you need some melanated people, like dark-skinned South Asian kids, so like wait, Frankie says NCT Cherry Bomb Greasy version. What's that? Santiana wants to do some Korean hip-hop videos. I found and finished my Benzino concert experience video 2 years after the fact, but I don't know how to do the thumbnail because it's like from 2 years ago. And like, I don't think I ever downloaded the picture that I got with Benzino because it was just that bad. And I'm not sure if anyone really cares about, I'm pretty sure no one cares about it, but I still want to post it because like, whatever. But, oh, are you seeing that? Limitless rough version, yes, Aquasha! Momusu. Changmin Heaven's Day solo live. I don't actually remember any songs from Morning Musume. Like, the only Japanese girl group song that I actually remember is, like, what? I want you, I need you, I love you. Heavy rotation. Heavy Rotation is the only song I remember from a Japanese girl group, and that was AKB48, right? Oh, baby, it's you. Oh. Okay, so we have a good chunk of videos. Morning Musume, Hot Times, just so we can stress ourselves out, Limitless rough version, Utah catching a wine from a minion, 90s K-pop, okay, J Soul Brothers, Flower and E-Girls. I think I remember, they're pretty cool. from what I remember. Dean. Okay, first, I need to show you guys that video. Like, it's not even funny. And the link to the video, because Rabbit, I've been mentioning Rabbit a lot. Rabbit is a website where you can like watch something with a bunch of other people, and it has a chat room. So it's essentially like watching stuff with other people on the internet. But you need the link. So I will tweet the link from my Twitter, and my Twitter is blacknetizen. I'm loving it. I'm so stupid.
Bust it down, break it up, fuck 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 it up. Hey, I tell all my hoes, back it up, bust it down, break it up. Fuck it up, 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 fuck it up.
Okay, that's literally all I've been thinking about. Like this entire day. I love Black people make the world go around. Like, I don't care what anyone has to say. Black people make everything better. Black K-pop Twitter is where it's at. I don't even care. Like, I'm in the middle of a hurricane, but I'm enjoying life, sis. I'm living my best life. Yeah. Someone said he sounded exactly like Dean, and lo and behold, he sounded exactly like Dean. Like, Anthony, I can't really put it in the chat because I don't know how to. So, I mean, yeah, okay. And then it takes time for the video to like load up to YouTube. So I'll just tweet it on my Twitter and like try to pin it. And my Twitter is public, so you don't need to have a Twitter to be able to see my tweets. Do you guys has anyone tried like tea tree oil as a spot treatment? Because I started using Cetaphil and it's like my face suddenly decided we have acne now, so. This bed. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Okay, but for real now, I'm going to go. I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna get some tissues. I don't know what tea tree oil smells like. Actually, I had like a tea tree oil deodorant one time and I liked the smell a lot. Cheryl says it smells like crap. What happened was, I mean, I ran out of my what's it called? Okay, and it's a bad connection. Cool. Cause like I was using Gina Naturals cleanser or whatever, and then I was okay. But I'm for real gonna log off. That way we can actually have a good time on Rabbit. And I'll still be able to like edit. So goodbye. Blackstone gave Frankie a rash on his chest. Frankie, you're a guy, right? I'm gonna feel like a douchebag if I've been calling Frankie a guy this whole time. And he's actually a girl. Frankie's a girl. Awesome. Great. Cool. That's not awful. I genuinely read your name as like Frank for the longest time. It literally just hit me right now that it's Frankie. Like it's written Frankie. So it's gender neutral. Sorry, sis. Okay, but the link will be on my Twitter soon. I'm gonna pee and then I'm going to post the link, so it should be up in like 3 minutes. Bye.